These words were written by the Reverend Ernest Somerville, the first settled minister of the Mount Vernon Unitarian Church, 1957 to 1962. Our aim is to support with intelligence, knowledge, and experience the values that give significance to our lives, to help build individuals who are humane. Humaneness is the first and last test of true religion. Our aim is to help individuals to continue to grow mentally and spiritually as long as they live. Our aim is to help individuals to learn to live with themselves and to be successful at the only point where success counts in the long run, which is the fulfillment of selfhood.
These words were written by the Reverend Judith Walker Riggs, interminister of MVUC 1983 to 1985. In a sermon series on cosmology, Judith had this to say about humanism. Where do you find support and help in humanism? In yourself as an individual and in community. There was a time in Unitarian Universalism when the brave, even blithe catchword was that the human community was all that mattered. That was all we needed for our support, inspiration, and fulfillment. Almost every student who preached to us at a recent ministerial fellowship committee, that's the group that licenses UU ministers, almost every student preached to us about community. Some years ago, I had heard that idea propounded so often and so exclusively that in an outburst at a ministers' meeting, I asked, doesn't anybody remember what Jesus went into the desert, Mohammed went into the cave, Buddha sat alone under his oak tree? What about the theme of isolation in religion? Well, I admit to you that after their isolation, they did come back into community, of course. But to say that we can find all the encouragement, meaning, and comfort that we need in community does not deal at all with the terrible statement in Gail Sheehy's book, Passages. There is no one who will never leave you.
These words are written by the Reverend A. Powell Davies, first and founding minister of MVUC. Let me tell you why I come to church. I come to church and would whether I was a preacher or not, because I fall below my own standards and need to be brought back to them. It is not enough that I should think about the world and its problems at the level of a newspaper article or a magazine discussion. I must have my conscience sharpened until it goads me to the most thorough and responsible thinking of which I am capable. I must not only hear about it, but feel it. In church, I do. I need to be reminded that there are things I must do in this world, unselfish things. I want to experience human nature at its best and be reminded of its highest possibilities, and this happens to me in church. It may seem as though the same things could be found in solitude, but it does not easily happen so. In a congregation, we share each other's spiritual needs and reinforce each other. Perhaps it is because the innermost solitude of the heart is in some paradoxical way a thing that can be shared, that must be shared, if the Spirit of God is to find a full entrance into it. We need each other as friends and neighbors anywhere and everywhere, but we seldom do so in the consciousness of our soul's deepest yearnings. But in a church we do, in a way that leaves us knowing that all of us have the same yearning, the same spiritual loneliness, the same need of assurance and faith and hope. I doubt whether I could stand the thought of the cruelty and misery of the present world unless I could know through an experience that could be repeated over and over again that at the heart of life there is an assurance that I can hold an ultimate belief that all is well. And this happens in church. Life must have its sacred moments and its holy places. The soul will always seek its nurture, for the religious experience, which is life at its most intense, life at its best, is something we cannot do without. This is why I come to church.
We have drunk from wells we did not dig. We have been warmed by fire. And now it is our turn to support ourselves and look forward to those who will follow us. The morning offering will be received at this time.
happy birthday, NBUC. We have several honored guests that I would introduce to you at this time. I would ask them to stand in their places and remain standing so that we may now acknowledge you, and then at the end, perhaps extend our appreciation to your having been here. First, I'd like to introduce to the congregation Mrs. Muriel Davies, wife of our church's founder. Mrs. Davies, will you please rise? Mrs. Rawlene Wells, widow of our second settled minister. Our beloved sexton, groundskeeper, know-it-all. For many years, Ernest John Stevens. With us this day also, and we're also grateful for their presence, is State Senator Joe Gartland. Senator Patty Fuller. Chairman of the Board of Supervisors for Fairfax County, Kate Henley. Well, thank you very much. On occasions such as this, it is customary to receive greetings, and we have received a few. From Nancy Ferry, representing the parents of the Fort Hunt Cooperative Preschool, we hear these words. The Fort Hunt Cooperative Preschool congratulates the Mount Vernon Unitarian Church on the occasion of its 40th anniversary, and is honored to have shared 36 of those years as an instrumentality of the church. And I do need some help with this. How do you pronounce Chappie's last name? Any of you old-timers? Say it again? Chappieski. Chappieski. From Chappie Chappieski, who was instrumental in this church's early days of religious education, this quip. The Religious Education Department is the training ground for future church leadership. This note from David and Beverly Bumbaum. Thank you for your invitation to attend and participate in the 40th anniversary celebration of the founding of the Mount Vernon Unitarian Church. Unfortunately, our schedule will not permit us to be away from the Summit Church. We will have just returned from a visit to our partner church in Transylvania, where we will have participated in the dedication of their new building. On September 17th, we will inaugurate our new co-ministry together in Summit. Please extend to the congregation our congratulations on this important milestone and our best wishes for all the years to come. Sincerely, David Beverly. With us also this morning is the President of the Greater Washington Area Council of Unitarian Universalist Churches, Ellen Pompano. And we now have greetings from the Unitarian Universalist Association. I call on Brad Patterson, our district trustee.
I do indeed want to add my congratulations to this wonderful occasion. And I ask you, however, this morning, as you look inward and backward to your 40th anniversary and to this beautiful occasion here, to look outward too. And remember, my message really to you this morning is you are not alone. You are part of our Greater Washington Area Association of UU Churches, and Helen Pompano has just been introduced to you. She's the distinguished president. It's 26 congregations in the Greater Washington area, in Virginia, Maryland, and the District of Columbia. Look outwards also to the Joseph Priestley District. That is the district in the Middle Atlantic states, in southern New Jersey, eastern Pennsylvania, Delaware, Maryland, and Northern Virginia, and the District of Columbia. That's 68 congregations of 12,300 members in those different states. And I bring you greetings this morning on behalf of Ruth Bruns, the president of the JPD, who's in Rockville, and the GWA is well represented on our JPD board with Bill Curtis of Annapolis, Rich Dean of Columbia, myself from River Road, and many direhole souls. And look outwards also, please, at the Unitarian Universalist Association, of which we are all members, and you are members. That's 1,029 congregations in our continent, in Canada and the United States, 148,000 adult members, 58,000 kids in school, church school, 206,000 Unitarian Universalists in the United States and Canada, 1,273 ministers, 69 certified directors of religious education. So, and they're headquartered in Boston, as you know, and so look outwards to them because they look to you. And some of the money, a great deal of the money which you send to them comes right back to our district from the UUA. And then look outward once more to our whole world. You'll be interested to know that the UUA board, of which I'm a newly elected member, before I joined, the UUA board just recently ratified the Constitution of a new International Council of Unitarian Universalists, a worldwide organization, because UUs are now in 19 nations, including St. Petersburg, New Zealand, Czechoslovakia, South Africa. This new International Council, UUA is now a member of that, and through them, you are also members of that new organization. And speaking of UUA, I'll conclude my readings this morning by reading you a very pleasant letter I'm delighted and honored to read, addressed to Ken Herto from the president of UUA. Dear friends, on behalf of the more than 1,000 congregations with which yours is joined through the UUA, I offer congratulations and best wishes on the 40th birthday of the Mount Vernon Church. A birthday prompts friends to say, we're thankful that you came into the world. You helped enrich our lives. This is certainly true of our feelings about the Mount Vernon Unitarian Church. A 40th birthday has particular significance. As I remember from celebrating my own, it has powerful symbolic overtones. After all, 40 is Bible talk for many. Once upon a time, it meant a typical human lifespan, time for a whole generational change. So, as you congratulate your surviving founders, please award them the honorary degree of DD, Doctor of Durability. The association is very proud of all that has been accomplished at Mount Vernon over the years. We wish you many happy returns of this day, with years and years ahead dedicated to the work of being an inclusive and prophetic religious community. With all good wishes, yours faithfully, John A. Burns, President of the Unitarian Universalist Association. Thank you very much for letting me join you this morning.
Good morning. Today, in the midst of our exciting and very successful 40th anniversary celebration, I have the distinct privilege and pleasure in honoring and acknowledging another anniversary occurring this year. During the tenure of this anniversary achiever, the Mount Vernon Unitarian Church has more than doubled its operating budget. It's doubled the number of staff that are provided. It's doubled the size of the choir. It's doubled the number of Sunday morning services that are offered. It's nearly tripled the amount of RE participation that occurs here. I think it's even doubled the number of book sales that it has annually. During the tenure of this anniversary achiever, not only was the aftermath of the celebration moving into this chapel of joy, the Holland Hall was renovated, the memorial walks were completed and dedicated. And it appears to even survive this set of 40th anniversary festivities. The dramatic growth that has occurred during this period of time has vaulted the issue of planning for growth, much to the credit of this anniversary achiever, to the top of our church agenda. Of course, the tenure I speak of is the ministers.